Hey everybody, welcome to Speed Bump. We're still setting up, but I figured we can go live now. We're almost ready.
Yeah, we got a doozy tonight.
Mystery Race Night, you want to talk about that game?
Yeah, so we were originally going to try to organize a good ending race. Most people have been working on any % for Jelly Boy, Jelly Boy 2 specifically, despite the fact that we are, by the way, just a reminder to everyone, offering a prize for both the world record holder in good ending and in any %. But I don't think people have put the time into good ending just yet, so there's not a lot of people interested in taking for a race. We had one person who is interested and one person does not a race make. So we decided to throw together a random game race. And so we're going to be doing Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo. We're going to be doing a race of that. Not sure how long it's going to take, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So
it's supposed to take an hour, and I remember this game being fairly easy. Like, it's not impossible to win. Like some of the...
Yeah, I think we're going to have some fun. I mean, all of the Power Rangers games are either good beat 'em ups or good platformers, and some of them are both. So
so here is our screen. Fiona's got the weird crop going on. I'll fix that, and then we should be good.
Okay. I'm letting them know that a countdown is imminent. We've got 6 racers tonight. Pretty good showing for the mystery races. I think the mystery races will probably become more of a part of our rotation going forward. I think it's a good idea anyway, because some of our shows are sometimes like 30 minutes of us watching a half-optimized run of the game, and I think it might just be more enjoyable to get more people involved. So here's a reminder to you: if you're watching Speed Bump and you're thinking, well, boy howdy, I don't want to spend a whole month optimizing a game, but I would love to jump in on one of these races, get on in the Discord. We'll get you in these races. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're gonna do at least one a month, I think. A monthly in the middle here. We have an extra week usually. At least, I mean, we're gonna watch a world record next week, so even with that, we still have an extra week, really.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give them the countdown if you're ready on both screens.
I'm ready.
All right.
I'll be pulling audio from Moonberry, no, from Nodelecta and Fiona, and we'll be swapping back and forth every 30 seconds or so.
I've given them the go-ahead. So we should be seeing them starting up just about now.
Okay. I'll start that clock.
Both of the Power Ranger, or at least the 2 Power Rangers games I can think of offhand for the Super Nintendo were both really good. Because Power Rangers, the movie, the game featuring Ivan Ooze, was actually a pretty solid SNES game. So
there's a fighter that's actually not too bad.
Oh, that's right. Power Ranger, what's it called? Power Rangers Fighting Edition?
Yeah, something like that. I have it for AI Arena. It's got what you need. It's got the stuff. It's got Golar and other losers. They just grabbed 2 random monsters for it. They grabbed the lipstick monster that nobody remembers from one episode and put her in a fighting game.
I wonder how it matches up as just general fighting game trash. I wish I were more into fighting games, because I would absolutely love to explore the terrible space of consoleized fighting games that no one asked for.
I've explored it for just my AI show and nothing else. There's a Jurassic Park fighting game.
Wait, can you play as a dinosaur?
It is exclusively dinosaurs. It's atrocious.
Oh, okay. I was worried that maybe like you could play as some of the scientists, but that actually makes less sense than it all being dinosaurs.
It is something.
Yeah, the modern Power Rangers fighting game is supposedly very good. Ty can probably speak to that. I mean, I only know secondhand.
We'll have to does Starman or Terravan have clean audio? There's an audio imbalance. I'll fix it my own way.
Yeah, Starman has clean audio.
Okay. Fiona's is just a little low. That's way better. Okay, those two are balanced.
I just think there's so many fighting games that are comedically weird, but I have no personal interest in fighting games, so I would never seek them out to explore them.
There's a lot. I mean, they're fun to play. The bad ones, I mean, people are good at the basics when they're good at fighting games, and they can beat those. I think that's the main thing, because they're really bad. The ones that are bad are really bad. Compared to like modern fighting games that have a lot of features and a lot of learning. I've tried to beat some before and I've made it through a couple, but some of them are nearly impossible.
There's a pretty significant overlap between the speedrunning community and the fighting game community. Just, I guess, general interest in optimizing video games. And one of my favorite memories of going to a GDQ is people taking money matches for Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on the Super Nintendo in the practice rooms.
Shaq Fu is the go-to bad one that I use on Arcade Pit.
Sure.
That one is not so great. One of the reasons it's not so great is story mode is what most people experience in Shaq. He just happens to be the worst fighter in the game almost. Like, he's just not good at anything. Or at least,
yeah,
compared to some of the guys in that game.
I mean, if I'm going to play a Super Nintendo game based on a basketball player's license, for my money, you can't do better than Chaos in the Windy City.
Is that a fighter? I thought that was a beat 'em up.
No, just a SNES game.
Oh, yeah. This game is certainly a beat 'em up. You have a bomb. I think you can only carry one at a time. There's two interesting mechanics that I can think of. Well, there's three. There's the Power Rangers. They're going to grow big and they're going to do a boss fight at some point. That doesn't happen every stage, but it does happen. Of course it does. They're not going to skimp on our Gundam. But also, you have a bomb that wipes the screen that does a truckload of damage. It's really good on the boss. I think you can only carry one at a time, so if you find another one you haven't used it, you've kind of wasted it. I don't know, and I don't think the players are going to waste them. They're probably going to save them for the boss, I would imagine. We'll see, though.
This game is kind of wild to me because, like, for a beat-em-up, you really want to have that dimensionality of a game where you can move toward and away from the camera, and it just has none of that, which feels like it negates so much of the challenge.
It's mostly these guys over and over again. These dudes who, if you punch them in the chest, they explode.
Right.
They're every enemy almost. There's a couple other ones, but there is difference in the characters. Some of them are ranged. They have a couple moves, but mostly they have their beat 'em up combo, and that's it. All the other interesting thing, we can see it on Fiona's right now because they did so well. Their health bar can overcharge. It changes color. It just grows. Like, if you don't take any damage at all, you can get so much health that you can't possibly lose. So Terravan's having trouble with the Skeleton Man, but he might make it. He can control this fight.
Does the Pink Ranger swing a bow and arrow? Like, does she
Yes.
not understand the basic function of a bow and arrow?
She can shoot it, I just don't remember the input. There's definitely a way for her to use the range attack, which is fairly good. It's not the strongest thing, but it is something.
Pretty much everyone's just whacking the skeleton right now. It seems like Fiona's maybe the only one who's made it past Mr. Bones.
Terravan did survive. Didn't lose any rangers. I just switched scenes.
Looks like yeah, it looks like Moonberry just made it past, but otherwise the screen seems unchanged. Eric's just finished up Mr. Bones as well. That's good.
I'll fix the cropping on that a little bit. Switching to SNES Res, I wasn't ready for it. Okay. It's a freaking skeleton. What is this? They all have their own unique animations until they get suited up, and then they're all boring Power Rangers. Billy, the nerd guy, has some really choice nerd fighting stuff going on when you pick him. So I always do, but he's probably not the fastest. This does not have two-player co-op, does it? I don't think it does. Maybe.
Well, if it did, that would own. The life bar seems too big for the HUD to permit a second player coming in.
We're gonna put it on the Parsec list.
If this had co-op, I'd play through it. I know that the movie, the game, has co-op. Yeah, the Genesis version of the Power Rangers the movie is more of a beat 'em up than a platformer, and I believe it has cooperative play. Terrorvan just having no trouble with the putties, just throwing one into the next one, and I mean that's kind of the issue, right? Is without that dimensionality, enemies just cannot move out of the way of your attacks.
Yeah, it's really strange actually. Now that you mentioned that, I was thinking about that while you're saying that, and looking at it. Yeah, they cannot move up or down or anything. It's a rail beat 'em up. That's exactly what it is. That's unusual. I don't think I could think of very many that are like that. Like
No.
even from the start, like Double Dragons and the worst.
Yeah, I was about to say, even on the NES, they
Even
had that
Renegade.
dimensionality you needed.
Renegade, the worst beat 'em up of all time, has
Okay.
that as well.
This is a safe space for Renegade. Okay, this is a Renegade fan zone.
I'm probably all of my alerts have Kunio in them. I'm the biggest Kunio fan there is, and that's your Double Dragon Kunio boy 101. He even fights Misuzu, who is a classic Kunio villain. It's this huge quarterback of a lady who just bodies him, just throws him across the room. She's in that. Renegade sucks. It's no good.
Renegade, I have fond memories of Renegade because it was in the Big 20 #2 race that I did, and so I had to learn how to get good at it. And once you get good at it, it's still stupid, but kind of goofy fun.
Well, there is a co-op Kunio game on the SNES we could do. Are we doing that this week? Are we doing Parsec Shuffler?
Yeah, we probably can find time this week to do that. I'm open most days this week.
Okay. Yeah, me too. We'll just schedule that. So I think we should throw that in there. If you're familiar with Renegade, you probably would enjoy what they did to it when they got it on the
Yep.
SNES. By the time 10 years had gone by or whatever, they had really enhanced that game. They honestly haven't done a better job than what they did on the SNES. Like, River City Girls maybe is good? I'm not sure about that one. I haven't played it yet, but it looks good. There were a bunch of other Kunio games in between the SNES one and that didn't hit as well.
Have you told people watching what it is you're talking about us doing?
Not yet.
Well, I mean, you kind of halved it. So we're gonna do over Parsec. We're gonna do the BizHawk Shuffler, but we're gonna do co-op mode. So all games that are cooperative, and see how many of them we can beat with the BizHawk Shuffler.
Oh yeah. That thing also saves progress if we want to resume it. I don't imagine we'll beat them all, but maybe we will. I'll be up for as long as you want to do it. I think 12 hours is my limit. I don't know how long you go on this.
Depending on the day we go, I don't think I could go for quite that long, but
I figure at least 4, right?
yeah, probably like 4 to 6.
I had done a couple of games. Contra 3 is one of them, and we'll probably do that one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's like a 15-minute game, really, for me, because I can almost speedrun it. So when I did the Shuffler the first time, I beat a couple of them, and I nearly beat like 6 games because they were all like that. They were all 15-minute suckers, and I didn't get wiped out too bad. But we need to get ourselves some life cheats in some of those.
I vetoed Bubble Bobble for whoever mentioned Bubble Bobble in chat.
Bubble Bobble, oh man. How about Bubble Bobble 2?
I vetoed that one.
Bubble Bobble 2 is worse.
That is just one game I do not like enough to veto.
Bubble Bobble is pretty long. It requires coordination between the 2 players to get the real ending too.
This game is really cool, and the players are doing a really good job on it. I did not expect everyone to kind of move through this so smoothly. Even when it gets into kind of the garbage platforming sections like this.
Yeah. This is interesting. Here's the bomb being used just so they can pick up another bomb. Gotta use what you got. You know, I mean, I've been watching you play Alundra and you got 9 herbs and you just chomp on one. You gotta loot the one in the chest.
Yeah, you can't leave it behind. I'm never coming back there.
You know, you have a bunch of healing magic and you don't do that either. You eat the herbs so that you can empty the chest.
I keep forgetting that I have the water magic that heals you.
I mean, I understand because they never give you mana back in that freaking game.
Yeah.
So you think like it's godly. I mean,
I'm so magic averse.
It's really strong, but you do not get it back ever until you find a save point. Here is this weird golem. What is this thing? Is this like a troll with a rake? I played this game.
A very small Viking with a rake. Yeah.
I don't think I watched the show much, but I definitely played this game every day for a while there. Electa is on the Skeleton Man again. I think they're the only one on stage 1. Did they get, is there continues in this? Did they get wiped out? I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know. They must have, because Nodelecta definitely made it past this first stage. We had everyone off of the first stage at one point.
I remember it being easy, but then, you know, I might be child biased there. Because, you know how it is. I think Battle Maniacs is easy as well. The SNES Battletoads.
I think second time through this will be a lot smoother. I mean, we've only been going for 15 minutes, so game over at this point with everyone else being like more than halfway through the game is pretty reasonable.
Okay. There are SNES passwords. If you want to note that to them in the chat, they can use those, right? They unlock them if they get to them. I think that's gonna be the key to making sure everyone finishes, I think. And that troll Terravan bombed him. I'm pretty sure the bomb hits him like 15 times. I think if you do a Castlevania kind of input, you can fire the bow. It's something like that. Everyone has...
Someone said it was up and Y, up and B, up and something.
Yeah, Castlevania's special use move. There's like 5 stages, so this troll is level 2. I think there's...
Oh, I thought this was level 3 they were on.
The troll, I think, is level 2, and the swamp here, I think the sewers maybe is level 3. It's hard to remember. Okay. There's a bunch of boss fights that happen towards the end that kind of speed up things.
Fiona ain't taking any chances, just sitting there kicking off screen.
Yeah. It works. I like that this game didn't even... I mean, these characters are all almost exactly the same. They just have all their own unique animations. Like, you just pick your favorite ranger. And that's it. Let's go. They're really well animated. Troll fight.
Yeah, this Viking's giving Terravan some trouble. I don't know specifically what was different between the way Fiona approached it and Terravan was, but Terravan was just getting pushed around.
It's one of those things where if you don't hit him, you'll pay. You just gotta, and it might be rough to land that hit because they kind of warp all over the place. I think they have a thunder accordion as a weapon.
I love my thunder accordion.
How can it be a gnome when it's 7 feet tall? I don't buy it. That's not what a gnome is. I'm looking up the definition of gnomes. See if gnome. What is the story about gnomes? Garden gnomes.
Is that like an actual I don't know, bad guy from the TV show? Like, would I recognize that
yeah,
giant gnome with a rake from the TV show?
Pretty sure, yeah, that all these things.
The gnarly gnome. Well, I hate that. I hate that a lot, actually.
Are gnomes good luck? Are they bad luck? Are they evil? Are they good? Do they wear red hats?
Fiona just encountered the boss of this stage, the eyeball demon. The Chinese mythological creature 100 Eyes.
A lot of people are fighting this guy at the same time. I remember
Seems like he's just a huge time sink.
the little putty guy chasing you with spikes in the tunnel is instant death, I think. You just, it's the easiest thing in the world, but if you do screw around, you will not like what happens. I'm pretty sure that he wastes you.
That's really funny though.
He just slowly...
Easily
crawls
avoidable, but funny nonetheless.
in. Yeah. He's out to get you. He knows what he does. He's not very good at it, but he is dangerous. Alright.
This game. This game seems like it's teetering back and forth rapidly between, wow, this is a cool game, and this is a tedious game. But I guess it can be a good tedious game.
Gnome's definition definitely includes the concept of them being tiny and possibly ugly, but that's rude. I don't agree with that part. They're very handsome. I respect David the Gnome in his TV show. He turned into a tree. I mean, what else can you do? That's a hell of a way to die. Spoilers. Oh, this sword's dangerous.
Yeah, not a lot of maneuverability here, and Eric's is definitely paying the price for it.
You know, I like the idea of the hypnotizing accordion gnome. That sounds like a fun episode.
The gnarly gnome is just a clay sculpture brought to life. I've learned today more about Power Rangers than I ever wanted to know about Power Rangers, and I used to watch Power Rangers. I went to the theater to see Power Rangers the movie featuring Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, I did that as well. I didn't go to very many movies, and for some reason that was on the list. I did that. I'm not a huge Power Rangers fan either, but for some reason that movie was the one that my friends wanted to see.
Your friends had great taste.
Wasn't too bad. They went to another planet and became ninjas. And they came back with a ninja Zord that came with them. I don't know how that part happened, but it did.
Am I misremembering? Is that the movie where they introduced the White Ranger?
I think he was the Green Ranger, and then he became less of a jerk, and he changed, and he got his own thing. I think something like that happened.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
It definitely was the Green Ranger at some point, and he switched. This is the canon I remember. Oh, kind of skipping that health there. Very confident in their Ranger.
White Ranger showed up in the show first.
Yeah.
I can't believe I've entered into this conversation, but I'm attached. You know, I'm interested.
I'm pretty sure he was like a renegade.
All right, Terraband's second person to reach Tai Sui. I don't know what that guy's name really is, but 100 Eyes.
Yep, he was just harassing you there. Fiona's actually fighting this guy.
What are Oth's opinion on the Gold Ranger? I don't know that I've ever consumed a Power Rangers that had a Gold Ranger, so.
That sounds vaguely familiar. I heard Vulcan Skull were really nice in real life. Cool guy.
I was just about to ask what that boss's name was. Is it really Eye Guy? Because if it's Eye Guy, I also don't like him either. Because that's a dumb name.
I respect Eye Guy.
It's a terrible name.
It's better than any of the Eye enemies' names in Zelda.
That's true. That's fair.
I can't even remember them. I speed run the randomizer and I can't remember any of the three that are in that game.
Argus, Vitreous, and...
Argus, but it's spelled with 2 R's.
Yeah. I can't remember what the third one you're thinking of.
But it's
oh,
spelled
Cold
with
Stare, yeah.
KH, like Mortal Kombat would spell something.
Yeah. I'm eager to one day encounter a Power Rangers bad guy name that I respect. I'm sure such a thing exists. I'm not holding my breath.
Oh, that was close to being a did it though. The eyeball is
Wow.
what I did. I'll tell you one that's really good. In the fighting game, the lipstick monster. She has lipstick shoulder pads. Her name is Lip Syncer. How's that?
Okay, yeah, alright, fine.
Goldar rules. I won't hear nothing about Goldar. Goldar has the best everything.
Yeah, but Goldar's not like a... I mean, that's just a guy's name, right? That'd be like if there was a bad guy in the game named Steve, and I was like, Steve has a good name, or Steve has a bad name. It's like, that's just his name.
Goldar's a weird gargoyle man made out of gold, and he has blue skin and he flies around, and sometimes he gets to be big and gets beaten up every time. He never seems to win, but he does his best. He's like second in command.
Goldar's not a monster? No, he's just like a normal guy. He works in accounting. Oh, who's that guy? That's just Goldar from accounting.
Oh, that's too bad they missed the orange Power Ranger opportunity. After all this time, you'd think they'd hit that color. My favorite bit of Power Rangers related media is the PBF, the Perry Bible Fellowship comic strip, where they turn into a gun and fire the Blue Ranger as a bullet at the suit. And everyone there is excited about the victory except for the next guy in the
That's good.
Guntron. There it is.
It's wild to me that this is the second time today that I've had a discussion about Power Rangers. We were talking about it earlier today on stream, about how Power Rangers was really just like a way to make kaiju movies, but for TV and for kids.
I think they did a good job. You know, I was convinced that the actors were doing all this when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had no idea that it was just cut together bits of the Sentai
It seems
show.
cohesive. Even
Yeah,
Vulcan Skull, somehow.
They made it work.
If you haven't heard the Vulcan Skull theme song this year, you know, that's an annual activity you should bless yourself with. It's the, I think it's called the fat guy and the short guy, or skinny guy tuba. Some kind of theming that is supposed to be goofy, and it's really bad this time. Like, they really messed it up, and it's glorious.
Me and Sky have been going back and watching like old television shows from when we were kids, and maybe I'm overdue for at least watching a season of old Power Rangers.
We're in time to see Taravan's Dance of Victory. If you are too far to the right, you get extra flips on your victory screen, which I think is important. Nobody's playing Billy. I can't see any of Billy's animations in this race. 6 players, no Billy. He holds his head like this and kicks forward like a huge nerd, and it whips. I want the animations. Everyone's doing the Pink Ranger, and I mean, there are differences between them. When they're in Power Ranger form, the weapon they use is different, and that makes a difference, I think.
Wonder what the least commonly chosen character is for games like this. Yellow Ranger? Blue Ranger?
A game like this, I imagine, would have a fan base of people know the characters, so they probably would pick by. I don't remember the red guy at all. The leader. He's the leader, right, Jason? I don't remember him even a little bit, so he'd be my last pick. I remember everybody else.
Yellow has the worst range. Well, that's
Zach-
too logical of a reason not to pick it.
Zach has some really cool moves, especially in the credits, like just extremely well animated stuff. That's a good pick. Competes with Billy for me. But you got that range attack on pink that isn't great, but it's there. Also, Eric's has a purple health bar. I don't know what that means, but it's like a Dark Souls level of HP coming up here, because like that's a lot. It is extremely full. It's full twice over.
Oh, I can't believe Dark Souls ripped off Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo
Yeah.
for their health bar.
The HP bar extends as far as you can power it up to. It goes to like, it goes from yellow to, I guess, purple.
So the only ones who have made it out of, I guess that's what, stage 3? Is Terrorvan and Fiona, right? Everyone else is still working through the sewers and hasn't beaten iGuy yet, I think.
I remember a different level that we haven't seen yet, and I'm pretty sure that there's 2 or 3 boss fights at the end where you're huge, and that's when
Yeah,
you start
someone mentioned that there's 5 levels with boss fights and then 2 Megazord stages.
The level I'm remembering must be stage 5. This is stage 4. There's a level where they're in like a cavern. I haven't seen it yet. A lot of enemy variety. Hey, you know, we got what we need. They do different stuff sometimes. The bosses are pretty good, actually. There's a lot of variety there for sure.
It does feel like more of these bosses should do contact damage, but I feel like the way they've set these boss fights up, it would be impossible if it had contact damage.
Yeah, since they put it on rails.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
here's
mean,
stage
most
2 boss.
beat 'em ups don't really do contact damage, but for a game like this where there is no dimensionality, it feels like it just feels like there should be.
Is that Dog Wiz from High Seas Havoc?
It kind of does look like him.
I recognize him. I'm gonna put Dub's fan art of Goldar in the 4th box that we're not using. Let me grab that. Thank you.
Goldar for mechanic. Oh, I'm honored to have contributed.
Yeah. He's pretty big. There we go. High resolution accounting.
That's gonna make me laugh all day. Fiona is absolutely destroying this game. I feel like by the time I noticed she was on stage 4, she was already on stage 5.
Goldar, shrink. Okay. Race interrupted for a second. We had to pay the bills. Nolak is dealing with the most unfair enemy so far, I think. I mean, actually, I remember that wolf, lightning wizard, dog guy being pretty rough.
Fiona made it look pretty easy. I mean, if you asked me, having not played this game in forever, and probably having never beaten it, was that boss hard? I would say no.
I think there was some clever dodging going on, because it seemed rough in my memory. In my memory, it seemed tough. Here's the cavern. Fiona's in there. Walking.
Fiona's making great progress. Terrorvan, probably the closest contender right now, just
I think so.
just behind. I think Terrorvan's the closest to the end of Area 4.
Moonberry just shifted, I think, in Area 4, so they're about halfway. Eric's is there, not shifted yet. I think that's the rankings so far. Starman and Nodelecta, I think, are in stage 3.
Terravan did suggest that they played this before, so not saying that undercuts what they're accomplishing, but there's varying levels of familiarity with this game across the players.
Electa's got a slow but steady kick strat here. Damage prevention. Nobody
I
knew
don't
what
think
kind
video games often enough take into account the fact that most people cannot jump vertically 6 feet in the air.
Nobody knew what kind of genre we were getting into here when they signed up. Pure mystery. By the way, if you like mystery content, my Mystery Triathlon just started. You can catch those games on various weekdays. For scheduling them now, I've done 2 so far out of the 100 and something that I'm gonna have to do. 180 games that is gonna be to get 64 people out in double elimination. We're probably gonna have one of those tomorrow night. I bet. Fighting the Eye Guy.
Starman making good progress on Eye Guy. Getting hit a lot, but the health bar hasn't diminished. Okay, never mind. There it is.
Getting bullied all of a sudden. Oh, nice slam. I think that video games using eyes as much as they do is pretty funny because that's probably the most vulnerable part of any body. Like, whatever animal it is, if they get hit in the eye, that's it. They're down.
Starman's figured out the patterns, though. That they're doing well in that fight. Eric's and Moonberry both making their way through Area 4. Nodelecta still on Area 3 now.
We're seeing the end of stage 4 with these two.
Oh, I just noticed Fiona also commented in the Speed Bump channel that she had had this game growing up, so I think that's why we're seeing Fiona and Terravan both kind of pulling away from this. Is advanced familiarity.
I was wondering what kind of thing you could remember here. It's mostly, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I've never seen a speedrun of it, I don't know about that, but it's mostly just not letting them hit you and doing your big combo.
Yeah, maybe having some light familiarity with the boss patterns, like just remembering the types of attacks it does, could save you a little bit of trouble. But you're right. Unless you've really practiced this recently, I'm not sure what big of a difference it can make.
I guess they're not dying on the bosses. That's pretty big. That seems like a waste of a lot of time. Pretty tough enemies. Those guys.
Starman's on to Area 4, which means we've only got one person who's not on Area 4 at this point, or hasn't reached Area 4 yet. Nodelecta did take a game over earlier, but has been making great progress since then, so a little bit of a setback, but keeping up well with the rest of the race.
I wonder if throwing enemies does more damage.
I wonder if people would remember Power Rangers games as fondly from their childhood if we had had like the Sentai games, you know, like Chojin Sentai Jetman for the NES. That game's impossible. No one can beat that game.
There's some really rough ones that aren't on the SNES. Like anything that goes, I mean, this show is still running, some variation of it. So of course there's a million bad games. If you look hard enough, you'll find them. You don't have to look that hard.
I like Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue for the N64 because the Zord battles are first person, which is just a bizarre feeling.
Moonberry is slaughtering Dog Wiz. Much harder in High Seas Havoc. Eric's is just starting the fight, so we'll see all those moves now. It really is. What's the deal with Dog Wizards in gaming in the 90s? What's going on? It's exactly the same boss. I mean, they just don't have the boulder and they have all the other attacks. He's got a lot of neat stuff, actually.
Someone referred to this boss as the Genie, so I think that's the character if you're trying to recall fondly your favorite Power Rangers bad guys. Apparently, Pink Ranger can shoot her bow, but the input's weird, so they're not finding it, and it's weak, so it wouldn't really be doing them any favors anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does, like, the minimalist of damage. Like, you would only use it on the guys who die in one hit, I think. Unless you can't reach them at all, which Eric's is doing good with it, I think. It blows up those discs in one shot, for one.
Yeah, and he's taking his shots when he doesn't think he's going to be able to get over there easily, which is a smart play, I think.
Yeah, this guy teleports. There's the bomb. I think that's gonna be it for that boss.
Eric's is just like, I've had enough. That's it. So Eric's is entering stage 5 as well.
We missed the boss of stage 5 while we were watching that. Fiona's fighting stage 6. Big time. This is interesting in the form of fight. I remember the mechanic here. It's similar to a lot of Power Rangers games, actually. If you don't use your POW bar, it kind of charges up and gets turned into a better move. Like right now it's ground/fire. It was a stupid little beam that didn't do any damage, but now it's ground fire, and that does a lot. Level 3 is...
And it only goes down if you take damage?
I think it goes down if you use it, and that's it. You'll get it eventually.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I see, I see.
The third tier is Akuma's down fireball, which landed and did a truckload of damage, and I think Fiona's relying on that based on what I'm seeing here.
The boss has built up a full power bar, though, so that's not great.
It's interesting the boss has the same thing going on, and you don't know their attacks by display. Like, you can learn them. They're the same every time.
Almost there. I mean, Fiona's got tons of health to play with, but just about to land the final one. Oh, there it is. In midair. Oh, great. She put in a fatality code.
That's important. I thought you could double jump off the wall. I haven't seen anybody doing that much, but it is required sometimes. Ducks into the bullet.
Now we're fighting against the Crystal Zord. I don't know who that actually is.
I don't remember either. I'm pretty sure Lord Zed or Goldar show up next in the same arena for the final fight. Yeah, look at the size of that drumstick. That's ridiculous. That's so much meat.
It's Cyclopsis?
Ah.
Of course. How could I not know it was Cyclopsis?
Cyclops.
Yeah, it looks like we're about to see Fiona's final time.
In time to see the end of this one.
That's it. That should be time for Fiona.
I think there's more. Yeah.
Is there?
I remembered there being more. Here comes the second battle.
Oh, there's a second phase. Oh,
Yeah.
tricky.
I think they fight on the moon again as another enemy, I think. But I might be wrong. This might be what I was thinking of. I've heard that music before somewhere else. I'm trying to place it. Man, that's gonna bother me. That beat is absolutely in a different song. There's the laser beam. I didn't see that part when Fiona ran through here. Terravan's dealing with. Yeah, there is a Game Boy game, Power Rangers, where you have to rescue hostages. Absolute nightmare. It's probably the worst one that I can think of. Cool, it's a platformer, and it sucks.
Looks like 42 flat for Fiona.
About right. Ending time. Well, I'll switch as soon as I see that car go by. Not that I know what happens. There we go. Alright. And they really crammed Kimberly's name in there, didn't they? Has anyone picked Zack? I think Zack's a strong choice as well. I think he has a gun as well on his axe. I remember that. Someone else has a ranged attack, and I think it's him.
Could be, yeah.
I think it's funny that no one else does, as far as I remember. I don't know if they get anything to make up for that. I'm pretty sure only those two have a ranged attack of any kind. Electa's doing this again. It jumps. I recognize that strat. Here's Zack breakdancing while we watch Dog Wiz again. Okay, the other characters aren't as well animated as I remember. Just 2 frames. But Zack, though, looks pretty good.
Starman was taking a completely different approach to this fight. Rather than letting them spawn in and start an attack so that you could get a few hits in, it's just hitting him immediately, and he'll teleport. I don't know if that's actually dealing damage correctly, but it seems safer, right?
Here's the boss of stage 6, well, stage 5 Terravan is fighting. Teleporting guy with Swordman. Guy with Swordman, that's his name.
That actually worked. Okay, good strat.
I like the nice, succinct passwords that you can get when your game isn't complex. When you don't have to memorize inventory or health or anything like that, you can just be like, 1970, it's just a pin number, and you're good.
Terravan doing the I Just Won dance.
Yeah.
Looks like Moonberry's starting that fight right now, so we've got 2 people in contention for the next slot. Eric's probably not too far behind.
Yeah. I think Moonberry is in 3rd right now. Terravan is in 2nd by a bit.
Eric's looks like 4th, with Starman 5th and Nodelecta 6th.
I'm wondering if we'll see the full charge move by anybody on the PAL meter here. Terravan might be going for it. I'm feeling like it's not the best way to do damage. I think the fireball that they're using on tier 3 probably is. Yeah, he blocked it. I'm not sure about that. You have to beat up the gun with your bow.
Hey man, stop that. We just built that.
That seems like one durable bow, but it's got to be one of the most fragile instruments to be hitting something like with a club. It's just not built for that, no matter how you look at it. Caravan has
I feel
killed
like
boss
even if
one
you made
barely.
the side of the bow a sharp edge, like that probably makes it harder to use as a bow then.
Magic
Just not
Pixel.
well thought out.
Caravan with a Magic Pixel got that kill on Area 7 now. Final fights. 2 bosses in a row. That's what it is. That's nasty. I actually do remember this being fairly hard because of that. That's just a lot of good playing on the Gundam phase here.
Is there any way to block? Can you like hold back to block like in a fighting
Sure.
game?
Yeah, you sure can. Terravan has a move that he likes, and it's working real good.
Yeah, I mean, why use anything else if that's doing such good damage?
Moonberry's on the Gundam fights as well. That's one Terravan's got. I'm pretty sure the tier 4 move is this slash. I think. It just does a truckload of damage. It sucks that they drain your power. He was charging that up that whole time, and then they stole it. This game's fluid animations are a big sell to me.
So there's like combos that you can do to do different attacks?
Which phase do you mean?
Sorry, for the Zord fights that Terravan's on.
I think you have a lot of moves. A lot more than the... Surprisingly, a lot more than the Power Rangers do. I'm pretty sure you can do a lot of neat stuff. Like Terravan's using this backward slash. Oh, it's close. Oh my.
Please use your fireball.
Oh.
Please use your fireball.
Should have used the Akuma. Now you're smoky. Moonberry might take it because they are in the same fight and they're ahead now.
They're still in phase 1 of it though.
Yes. You got a lot of life. I guess phase 1 is pretty simple compared to phase 2. The Caravan went in
We're
there
on
with a
lemon
truckload
flavored
of-
right now. We haven't gotten to orange flavored yet, but
There's the beam. The full beam. That's a 30% HP reduction. That's what
so
Terravan got.
Moonberry's not going into the second phase with as much health as Terravan had.
This rude boss. Hey, nice house, by the way. It's a nice place. It's got neon signs. What does that say? Rita's place? What is that?
Rita's Palace? Something Palace?
Pretty nice.
My place isn't anywhere near as nice as that Pandora Palace.
What do they do for fun up there? Pokemon battles with monsters?
Just watch people fight Zords outside the window.
I mean, yeah, that's a current event. I gotta keep an eye on Terravan here. Also on the gold fight.
I don't know about Moonberry.
It's gonna be close again. Oh, blocking is very important right now. Terravan is on the gold fight, hurting real bad as well, though.
Oh, it's so close!
Yo,
Survive! Okay.
Moonberry's got second place. Terravan is working on it.
Oh. That was so stressful to watch.
Here's Terravan, also in bad straits, but maybe they can pull this off. They're getting a lot of good blows in right now. At the fireball. If they hit him with a level 4, they'd win this instantly if that happens here. That would be one hell of a finisher. Use the stuff. Use the stuff. Use the stuff. Oh no, the same thing happened again. The stuff. It didn't help. I mean,
Alright,
I
so
think he
Moonberry
can
took
block.
second.
Oh, password 2596. We can pull Erickson and Elected onto the screen now at this point. I'll go
Okay.
ahead and do that.
I mean, no reason to use your magic spells if you don't need to, but that's twice now where it would have helped.
Okay, Eric's is in the bottom left. Electa in the bottom right. Terravan top and Starman top left. These are our 4 players left.
It's amazing how close this race was. Terravan had a clear second place win in sights, and is now gunning for third. And if this doesn't go well,
Got blocked again by that beam would have won this, and it just got blocked. And there's not much you can do about that. I don't feel like I would be spamming the regular fireball at this point, just trying to chip him down. Terravan always knocking him down to 10% or less, and can I get that killing blow to happen?
and maybe changing to 4, and maybe changing to 4th place. Eric's is having a good showing.
Gotta fix the cropping on that. Well, I can. Yeah. It's more like it. There you go. We've got the full picture now. Starman is almost there. Nodelect working on stage 4. Made it past that sewer stage. That seemed rough.
Oh god, I think Eric's is gonna have this.
Oh, there it is.
Oh wow. Okay, that's Eric's at 3. That's
Terravan has beaten this boss like 8 times in terms of health. The total health the boss has had on all these victories would add up to like 15%.
okay. This is perhaps the worst state Terravan's gone into the second phase, but honestly, just playing it smart, I think they can win this.
I think that blocking the move, when you see the enemy boss's power bar is large, you probably should just defense until it's gone. Because it seems like it's extremely rude.
Yeah, trying to tank some of these hits is definitely causing problems.
Terravan's big slash move is really good when it lands, and it lands a lot. I've seen that happen quite a bit here.
The boss just has so many, like,
Moves.
zero tell moves where you get hit on the first frame.
Damn. He blocked it with a fireball.
Dang.
Anyway, I'll see you at the juice bar. Nice hummingbird. Starman's been fighting this camo guy for a long time. There it is. Finished. Oh, you can power up the boss if he blocks your move? That's mean. I do remember struggling with the end of this game. Like, it was always unpredictable if I could pull this off easily. Everything else in the game, pretty smooth if you know what you're doing. But this last guy... Oh, we get to see the shift song. Nice. Oh no, it got skipped. We heard two Power Ranger chants.
Starman was uncertain whether or not that was the end of the game.
Oh, they can't make a Power Rangers game without this. It's illegal. You have to have the King of Monsters fight. Thanks for subbing, Bear. Thanks for the subs, everybody. If you like the show, you want to see more of it, I run on Patreon or Twitch subs or bits, and I appreciate that a lot.
Has Terravan used the power bar ever?
Yes.
Have we seen?
I think that he
Terrain-
recognizes that the boss can amplify it back, and he's trying to
Gotcha.
avoid that. Oh, there it was. They just canceled each other's major attacks. It's beautiful. He just needs to land that one more time. No! That's it! Terraman
Got it.
I'd love to see it. Finished. Nice work. 57 minutes. That was real close again. Look at that health.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't
boy.
certain about that one. That was really well played.
I bet that's a stress relief.
Terravan said, I got robbed at least 3 times.
The boss was just not having it. Oh, Starman just ate the big lasers. I think that's this guy's big attack. If you ask me, this is where the game missed its opportunity. They should have gone in on this a little harder. I want to fight Big Skeleton.
Sure.
Just copy paste him into the big. I don't even need his special moves. I guess it's definitely a lot of work. Like, it's completely different from the rest of the game. And it's interesting that it's at the end. Usually games don't do that too much because not everyone makes it there, so they have all this content. Such a big change. A famous Peanuts strip there.
Yes, that classic Peanuts that we all know and love.
Yeah. Tired of Snoopy's sailor talk.
Alright, Starman going up against Cyclopsis, or whatever they said his name was. I don't care.
A titan of bosses. Oh, he's gonna open up the missiles. Ah, that was nothing. Whatever. Whatever, Cyclopsis. Pretty well handled
Nice
first
one.
run.
Nice one.
Well, this was fun. I'm definitely glad we're mixing up Mystery Race into Speed Bump. We could use some more of this, I think. We'll make a list of good Mystery Race games. They need to be beatable
Yeah,
in
we'll
an
come up
hour,
with them.
I think. Is the goal, right?
Yeah, I think an hour is like a really good amount. Too much longer and it gets exhausting.
Yeah. If it's not beatable in an hour, then we would do some kind of score attack or something on it. But there's certainly plenty of games that can be done that quickly.
Or just see who can get the furthest in an hour. That's a pretty easy one too.
Yeah. Starman was losing this, and now it's even. Now it's real even. Anybody's game now.
You
He's
got this,
such
Starman! You got this!
Such a confident block.
Never give up!
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Yo! You love to see it. This boss
Wow.
got destroyed.
Wow.
That was very good. That is probably it. No, Electa's got a little bit to go. They got stage 5 and all of the sword fighting after that. What if I made anybody angry by calling them Gundams?
They're my favorite Gundams.
Pretty good Gundams. They're made out of animals. Well, how can you go wrong? They drove a Triceratops that is a shoe into the Gundam, and he put on the shoe, and he became stronger. Think about the mechanics that lift the person who's in the shoe up to the chest, where they this is some kind of elevator in there, and they just go up.
Y'all remember the show Zords? That was good. That's really all I have to contribute to the discussion.
Which Zord piece would you like to be? Would you? I think the Pterodactyl's easily the strongest because it's a damn plane. But
No, Zoids, sorry, is the one I was thinking of.
Freakazoids. I did have a model kit of the Megazord that snapped together that was pretty neat. That's the only piece of Power Rangers stuff that I had. That in this game.
We've been saying Zords all night about Power Rangers, and I've been really having to fight the urge to say Zoids, and I finally said Zoids, but I said the wrong one. So I lost the game.
And we're gonna grab No Delectus audio for as long as we're going here. Close that. There it is.
This genie is just having none of it.
I think it's a pretty rude boss. It seems like a lot of moves you're gonna have to learn. The sound effects are really choice. Getting stabbed with the daggers and stuff. Just one of those. Electrocuted?
It's all the same sound.
Oh, he's dead. Damn dog. I think we'll call it with that. That was a good run,
all right,
everybody. Jelly Boy 2 still up for grabs. We've got 2 weeks left in it. We have seen so much with that game. That is a really popular run. It's really fun. I'm definitely playing that this week. I'm absolutely going to schedule it because I didn't get the chance last week. I'm going to give that a run through, get that good ending.
Yeah, the Speed Bump Discord has been going wild with coming up with brand new strats, never before seen stuff, so I think the Jelly Boy 2 run's getting really interesting, so make sure you check it out.
Yeah. Well, this was fun. We'll have another mystery race on week 2, probably, of the next game in May. So that's like, what day would that even be? Let me see here. Probably 16th. It would probably be in the middle of the week there. That sounds right. Because on the 2nd, we're going to announce the new game. And on the 9th, we're going to do a preliminary race of that. Which, you know, that's just as well. If you want to join that, that's also a race. So yeah, there's two back-to-backs there. So we'll announce on the 2nd, we'll race it on the 9th, and then mystery race on the 16th. And then the 23rd, we're going to watch a record. That's what we got. Thanks for joining me off the Blues.
Of course, as always. Take care, everyone.
Have a good one, everybody.